This is the emergency broadcast system. The CDC is advising that you stay in your home.
We show up.
The fuck?
I just shot another guy out of the car.
That's what I'm saying, yo. This lobby is so entertaining.
Flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody.
We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up.
What's going on, everybody? This is Carbon coming with an update on the 1.09 update for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Now I'm just going to jump right into it. This is a lengthy patch note for 1.09, but I'm just going to get right into Blackout, and that is starting with the audio. First, they fixed the occlusion. When players don't have line of sight to another player, some of the sounds those players make are occluded using an audio filter. This filter subtracts some of the lower frequencies, aka bass, to help create a distinction between players who are in very close proximity to other players, but not necessarily in the same structure. Changed occlusion levels to prevent situations that could make footsteps nearly inaudible. Refactored occlusion code to properly occlude specific materials and buildings that were missing occlusion. Terrain now occludes properly, and fixed issues with garage doors that kept them from occluding properly when opening and closing them. So I think that's really good across all audio as far as occluding is concerned. And then we have distances, rebalancing the distances at which players can hear first. When somebody can first hear someone approaching them. So as somebody's approaching them, you want to be able to hear it at a certain distance, so you can judge based off of learning over time. And then unified distances related to certain movement types. For example, sliding should now be heard about the same distance as other players' movement sounds. So all these things play into effect: sliding and walking, and reloading, stuff like that. And then gameplay modifiers. Awareness and dead silence perks have been changed accordingly with the new distances settings for footsteps audio. So hopefully there are no bugs with the awareness and dead silence. Hopefully they're not too OP, but still good enough to use for certain situations. And then directionality lowered the reverb on third-person steps, which help with the player's understanding of the overall location those footsteps are coming from. This is specifically true when wearing headphones and playing in stereo and not in 5.1 Dolby. So as far as that, there's first and third person. They further lowered the first person footstep volume that players hear themselves make, and furthered lower volume of teammates' footsteps, which is great because your teammates can always sound like the enemy, and you don't really want that. And then they decreased first person weapon audio slightly to balance with third person weapons heard by others, and then adjust an issue with first person splash audio where jumping into water sounded louder than it should. Now, oh my god, I hated that. I hate the water was so loud. As soon as you heard it, you could hear it from like a mile away. I swear you could find somebody just by listening. And then as far as the armor redesign in Blackout, armor has been completely overhauled in Blackout. As I explained in the last video, you are going to be looking for armor plates, and armor plates can repair the armor that you're wearing or the armor that you pick up in other players' bags. So instead of them having 10% left of their level 3 armor, if you put it on, you could use your armor scraps to repair it back to full health, what I think is amazing. So the armor plate locations are in enemy death stashes after destroying the armor of an opponent, and in equipment stashes, and more rarely on the ground as lootable item. And then durability and armor. The armor durability has been increased, allowing armor to last longer through an engagement, and armor durability indicators have been updated to display individual pips of armor. And then damage mitigation. The percentage of damage that armor mitigates has not been changed. As we monitor how these changes to armor affect gameplay in Blackout, we will continue to evaluate damage mitigation values, and that is quoted by Treyarch. Now, map changes overall added seasonal changes to foliage in the winter softer lighting across the entire map, as you can see here, kind of, as I am trying to make my way to the new point of interest, which is, of course, Hijacked, but we will get to that in a second. Now, With Hydro Dam, they added elevators to allow players to get up and down in alternative ways. They provided additional cover on rooftops for both major buildings and opened additional rooms between the generator buildings. Now this is great. I've been to Hydro Dam only a few times, but as far as I can tell, it's not worth landing because of the amount of stairs you have to find and the amount of, just open areas to search. It's not very fun. And then Factory had opened 3 previously sealed buildings to offer additional looting opportunities, which is amazing. Added 2 new pipes to allow players to navigate between structures in alternative ways. And then 2 previously closed train cars are now accessible, and 13 containers are now accessible. So Factory had a big overhaul. Nuketown Island, they opened up 4 previously closed garages throughout the Nuketown Island, and that's the only changes they made. And then map boundaries, they made it when you can see on the minimap, you can actually see the boundaries more of where you can go on the map and where you can't go. So the fence along the northern boundary of the map, the power lines along the eastern side of the map, and the pipeline along the southern border of the map. So, and then the minimap now reflects the location of those boundaries. So like I said, the map and both the minimap and the map both show the boundaries. So weapon balance, SDM, reduced damage, increased ADS time in and out, and increased recoil. And then Spitfire, reduced damage and increased recoil. So those guns have now been balanced. Now general, smoke trails have been added to the enemies. As you saw when I was falling, I had smoke trail. It helps you best see other people around you who might be landing, how many you want to get that good indication so you can get a gun and go hunting. Reloading, adding in a new option to Blackout options menu to enable reloading by tapping the reload button rather than releasing the reload button. Zombies in Blackout, zombies will now have a chance to drop ammo when killed, which is really good. So now we're going to move on to the multiplayer part of the update. Now first we're going to start with weapons. So melee, increased melee detection range for melee weapons including the bayonet and stiletto knife operator mods. The Titan has reduced ADS flinch mitigation, also applied in Blackout and zombies. And then Specialist, Profit, reduced Tempest ammo count from 14 to 10, and then additional tuning to Tempest accuracy will be coming soon. Firebreak, Purifier, now more reliably connects with enemies, and Seraph, increased Annihilator earn rate. And then gameplay, the kill credit will now carry over after respawn when a player damages an enemy and dies before the teammate finishes the enemy off. And a kill credit will now clear after 5 seconds from last damage dealt. So if you leave a player damaged and that player that is damaged does not heal themselves. Whoa, it seems like my mic died there for a second. That seems to happen and I don't know why, but I'm just going to keep on going. So as far as the kills, it's 5 seconds. If somebody gets damaged, they will die, or the credit will not get given to the person who shot them 5 seconds after they have been shot, which I think is great. And then custom games, added Nuketown to the custom game map list, added gun game to the custom games mode list, added safeguard to the custom game mode list, and addressed an issue in search and destroy custom games with higher round limits ending after the 4th round. And then score streaks, RCXD, addressed an issue that prevented activating a second RCXD after one was already used. And then drone squadron, start of round restrictions timer is now applied to drone squadrons, which is amazing. It should just be like the other score streaks. There should be a start of round restriction. And then gunship resolved an issue where some gunship shots could impact the gunship aircraft. So as far as challenge, so not outgunned challenge now properly tracks progress in heist and control. And then there's ninja challenge now properly tracked progress in heist. And then surfs up challenge now properly tracks progress and domination around contested points. And then threat neutralized challenge now properly tracks lightning strike kills and domination. And then threat neutralized challenge now properly detects progress and control. As far as weapon camos, modified requirements for diamond and dark matter, active visual stages to transitions every 5 kills, not only kills without dying, and not reset on death. And then modified killathon reactive camo to activate visual stages every 5 kills, not only kills without dying, and not reset on death. Stability, fixed crashes that could occur when launching custom games with custom classes or specialist draft disabled, when a player disconnected while escorting the robot in safeguard, when attempting to attribute score to players that disconnected, when a disconnected enemy caused damage to a player's equipment in certain circumstances, when the player's attack helicopter was destroyed, or when attempting to destroy a vehicle that was out of bounds. Now miscellaneous fixes have addressed an issue where players with diamond camo equipped could face a different direction in third person. Address an issue where attempting to fire an enemy weapon could leave the shot count at 1, preventing the use of the mesh mine. Addressed an issue where the NVIR optic could use engineer perk to malfunction the player's switch between classes. And then secondary weapons now show in specialist draft if no primary weapon is equipped. Now that's going to do it for the multiplayer. Ooh, needed to get a drink there. So we're gonna go to zombies. Now I know zombies had quite an update. So tier progression, added daily tier skip credit for completing 15 rounds in a game of classic zombies each day, and then stability for high rounds fixed for multiple memory leaks and other issues that could lead to crashes at high rounds in all maps, which is very frustrating. And then general fixes and crashes during respawn after the join the party. After the join the party elixir or charm of impatience talisman was used. So I guess I need to play some zombies more, huh? And then when every player disconnected before the match started, when the player disconnected with certain audio played, when sharing a mystery box weapon, the rare cases when using the Skeptar of Ra. I think I'm just gonna stop trying to pronounce these so vividly. But then in rare cases when enemies transform into Catalyst or Blightfathers, and rare cases when taking damage to armor, and rare cases when a player disconnected after using a trap. And then as far as Voyage of Despair, they fixed some crashes that would occur during steps 4 and 7 of the main quest when the player disconnected while using the Kraken, and then when shocking a zombie with the kilowatt while it was transforming into a catalyst, when a player disconnected while reviving another player, and in rare cases when using the Sentry or Ragnarok DG5. And then in IX or 9, however you see it, fixed crashes that can occur in rare cases when perks statues randomly cycled, in rare cases when using the Hammer of Valhalla, in rare cases during special rounds in 9, and in rare cases when using the Serpent's Kiss in large groups of zombies. Now as far as Blood of the Dead, the fixed crashes that could occur when killing the Warden during the Michigan Avenue Ghost escort due to a memory leak that could occur, in certain cases during step 3 of main quest, in rare cases when throwing the Hell's Retriever at the bird during step 2 of the main quest, or in rare cases when using the acid trap in the cafeteria, in rare cases when during the prison break step in the main quest, or in cases tied to the spectral shield, and also in theater mode while spectating Richtofen when initiating the Magnamat quest. Now, as far as classified, some crashes that were fixed were entering codes during the classified Wonder Weapon quest, and in rare cases when using teleporters. Now, general fixes for character customization, war paints can now be equipped with outfits across the different themes of the same specialist without having its own corresponding outfit. And then character personalization menu updated to separate outfits from war paints with larger display of items. Now, as far as weapon camos within multiplayer and zombies, and reactive camos within multiplayer obtained through the Blackout Market can now be equipped in the weapon personalization menu via the Black Market tab, which makes more sense. Then weapon reticles. Reticles obtained through the Black Market can now be equipped in the reticle personalization menu in the Black Market tab, which also makes sense. And then the optional global, so this added an ADS or aim down sight sensitivity options for both high zoom optics and regular weapons. So if you want to change your ADS between like a long range sniper and then your submachine gun, you can adjust the sensitivity for that. Now as far as the updates go, that it will be it. You just saw most of Hijacked within that gameplay and me trying to survive the circle. Unfortunately, I didn't survive, but that's okay. I just wanted to see Hijacked and get this video up. I hope you guys will enjoy the new, overall update fixes. Let me know if there's anything that you found wrong or anything cool that maybe I didn't talk about. So please leave a like, subscribe, and, love you guys. Peace.
We show up.